you like to drive around and talk about the latest happenings, this is the channel you need. So subscribe and follow Carmentary.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Carmentary. Back in the van, driving back home right now from a 2-night trip to the central Hokkaido. Little snowboarding, a little shoot that I had out there is very good. Just listened to some really good music, got inspired, set up the camera, and it's time to talk to you about an inspirational meeting I had with a gentleman, a 79-year-old gentleman who I've known for a couple years, but I had an opportunity to kind of chat with him for about an hour in his house recently, and it was really interesting, and it brought up some things within me that I thought I would discuss with you. So, first of all, there's this guy, okay? He's 79 years old. He runs and operates a small campsite on the ocean here in Hokkaido. I won't tell you the exact location. I don't want to give away all his privacy. And he's been doing this for 20 years. Apparently, he had other jobs and stuff throughout his life. He went to this campsite. He really loved the outdoors. He went to the campsite, stayed there, liked it so much that he went into the city office and said, hey, I really like that campsite, but I think it could be better. Who's running and operating it? And they said, oh, that's the local tourism agency. So he went over there and chatted with them, and they're like, well, if you like it so much, why don't you run it? And literally, from that conversation, he was able to get the rights to the campsite, and for the last 20 years, every summer, or basically from spring, from like the end of April until, I guess, the end of September or October, he runs this campsite. He goes and he collects the money, he cleans up the trash, he does whatever, he makes sure there's no problems, you know, the general stuff you have to do to run a campsite. And that's sort of like his retirement job, you know. I guess he retired from his main job, took over this campsite, and then he built a little house nearby. He's also an artist, painter. He does watercolors, he does oil paintings, and apparently at that time he was really thinking about making his living off of painting. He's able to sell some of his artwork. So he sits there and paints these cool scenics of the ocean, runs the campsite, and now, you know, that alone I think, you know, qualifies as someone who's like really got life worked out, you know. Pretty cool. You found a spot you like, you go in there, you take it over, you got this small little house, you paint, enjoy the scenery, meet people. He's super friendly, really nice guy. Really like this guy. And that alone, I was like, you know, this is perfect. This is a good image of what I wouldn't mind doing when I'm that age, right? Then the story got even better. Okay? So what does he do in the winter? It turns out he's a big car Danchi aficionado and has been for a long time. He's on his like 4th car that he converted. His very first one was one of those small little, we call them K trucks, so these little tiny little golf cart kind of trucks they have in Japan. He built a box on the back and had a hand painted sign that said Hokkaido Dream, and he traveled, did an entire circle of Japan. I think it takes him like 3 months, he said, and that was his first experience sort of living the Carmentary, or the camp style life, you know, living out of your car basically. And every year since then, for the last 20 years, he takes about 3 months every winter and he goes homeless, basically. Gets on the road, goes south. So, you know, when Hokkaido is really cold and there's a lot of snow, it's like the snowbirds, right? He goes south for the warmth, goes down to main island, then to Kyushu, over to Shikoku. In Shikoku, he's done the Ohenro-san, which is the pilgrimage to tour the 88 shrines and temples that they have down there. He's done that several times apparently. And his car, I didn't get to see it, but his car apparently he's got like solar panels, bed in the back, a refrigerator that runs off the solar panel, you know, the batteries off the solar panel. And the way he talked about it, at 79 years old, he was so excited. He'd just come back from his most recent trip, which was another 3-month trip around Japan. And he was telling us all these stories and how he meets these people and he goes to these temples and he'll sit down and he'll draw a watercolor painting and write a little poem and then go on to the next spot. And it was like, wow, yeah, of course. This is what I've been doing. Well, let's go back even further. What my parents did when I was a kid, we had several campers of varying types, you know, did long camping trips of, you know, up to a year or more than a year, traveled all over America and Mexico. And what I've done in the last 15, 20 years here in Japan with traveling, living out of my car to go snowboarding, it was not a mistake. Basically, that was the feeling I got when I talked to this guy. I was like, if you just keep on doing that through the different stages of your life, everything's going to be a-okay. You know, that was my takeaway from talking with this nice Danchi loving 79-year-old gentleman. Very healthy, great skin color. Walks. He said all summer at the campsite he's walking around a lot. He's kind of doing his training, and in the winter when he goes on his trips, he'll walk from temple to temple and, you know, do like 10 kilometers or 20 kilometers a day at 79 years old. That's pretty good. So that was inspiring, right? The only other kind of interesting and funny detail that came out of the conversation, he's married, very nice wife. They had 4 dogs. They've got 1 dog left, so obviously 3 have passed away. She does not go on the trips with him. She stays home, and he goes on these trips for 3 months. And he said he doesn't even call her on the phone once in 3 months. He just goes, and that's it. And he will draw a little painting on a postcard, write a little message, and he'll put it in the mail and send it to his wife, and she'll get the postcard and be like, oh, okay, I kind of like have a general idea of where my husband is now, and that's it. And it's not like an issue. That was like a positive thing. She was happy. She said she's happy staying home, taking care of the dog. Man, so interesting to meet these cool people, have a chance to get to know them, and then when you know, learn, or they show you a course through life, you know, or just talking with him again reaffirmed my feeling that, you know, I'm not doing the wrong thing, I'm doing the right thing. Yeah, so I think that's it. Hope that inspired you. If you enjoy the camping, outdoor, Danchi, van lifestyle, keep it up. You're on the right track, and it's never too late. This fella started, you know, in his late 50s, and he's still going strong as he approaches 80. So if you got the right mindset, you can get out there and enjoy life from behind the wheel of your vehicle. Solar panels, that was what I need, man. I need to get some solar panels. Yeah. All right, I'll see you next time on the next Danchi, and remember to drive safe.
If you like to drive around and talk about the latest happenings, this is the channel you need. So subscribe and follow Carmentary.